Hello, and thank you for joining me, Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Today, I want to show you on page 39 the Take a Bow or Take a Bow bundle. That bundle, you get these beautiful designer series papers, and here is the die. And I'm going to show you a couple little tricks with this. So the first thing you want to do is bring in a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, and we actually need 2. So let me show you this. I'm going to put those together. Because they're thin enough, I can do 2 at one time. I have to tell you, I've been starting this video like for the 3rd time, and I keep getting phone calls through my video, even though I have it on Do Not Disturb. Not sure why that's happening today, but we are going to line that up. I see this one's off a little bit, so that's the only thing but doing 2 at one time. Make sure that it's all lined up. There we go. And then you run it through. It's 2 pieces of designer series paper, so I'm going to go back one more time. Okay. Taking that off. I have all these strips. I'm going to put those over here for a minute. Let's move this out of the way. Tap those off. Okay, so this is the little bit of piece of paper that you have left, and we're just going to throw that out. Now, I'm going to line these up. You have 3 sizes. I will tell you that I only use one of the small ones. Let me bring that down a little bit. I started doing another one over here on my last recording. Let's just hope nobody calls me. You ever have that problem where sometimes calls get through? My second tip is to use some clips. Okay, so I want the striped side. So I'm going to add a little liquid glue here. And then I'm going to line those notches up. And I'm going to put the liquid glue on there with these paper clips that I have. You can use regular paper clips, but I had these cute ones, and they work really well. So we're going to do that, and you're just going to go and do that with all of them. Once you get that done, that's really all there is to it, because then you just put it together. But definitely use clips so that your liquid glue has time to dry. And by the time I get these all done and I'm ready to put it together, the liquid glue will be dried. I haven't tried Stamp and Seal or Stamp and Seal Plus. It may work, but what I like about the liquid glue is the fact that if I don't line it up right, I can move it around a little bit until I get it to where I want it. Okay, so you have 6 of those. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with these. I have more bows to show you. And also, you don't just have to think of Christmas bows. I mean, you can put them on birthday presents. And I do have a couple with other designer series paper to show you. So you see how quick this is going. The designer series paper is great for cards too. If you've watched me on YouTube or follow me on Facebook, you'll see that I've used this paper for a lot of my Christmas cards that I've been showing. Okay, so there we have them all. Now this last one, you can do the same way, like this, and have 2 of them together. But I found that just using one and making it a loop fits better. At least that's what I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just make a loop here, and I'll just have that extra one. I'm going to bring in these two, taking the clip off. I'm going to add a little glue right here. Press that down. I'm not too worried if it's sticking up right now because I will be layering it and pressing some more into that. So you can see I'm just adding some more here. And then these two. The first trick is to keep them, do 2 pieces of designer series paper at one time. Second tip or trick is to line them up while you're doing them. And of course, my third tip or trick is to use paper clips to keep them together. So there's those 3. Now I'm going to have 2 of these. Oop, didn't need it on there. Getting ahead of myself. Lining those up. Okay, now the last one is just the loop. And here's a couple tips for you. Put the loop in that middle piece first, so it has time to dry as you're putting the bow together. These 3, you're going to use the large ones first. We're going to add those right here. Just give it a second to dry. I find it easier to put the glue in there. I'm going to layer that one right in there. Again, pressing it down every so often so the glue has time to dry. Then we have this one. Again, I'm going to put it inside there. And I'm going to press that in. And you see how this is starting to close. That's why I said when this one goes in, it's pretty closed, and I didn't want to use that extra one. You can if you want to. I shared a video from Sarah, and she showed how to do it using both sides. Now I'm going to add the glue in here. It's just easier when I got to add a little more glue. Let's just put that back on there. It'll dry. There we go. I'm going to pinch that together and slide that right in here, sticking my finger or your scissors, whatever you can get in there, just to press it down. And there you have a beautiful bow. Look at that. And you can see the loop in there. And you can just see the inside a little bit. That is it. Isn't that great? Now let me show you a couple others that I did. No 2 bows are alike. You see their loop is in there. There's the designer series paper. This is all from the Take a Bow. You can see this one was my first one. You can see it came out a little weird. Here's where I used, no, actually I used the single one there too, but this one didn't come out quite as good, but that was my first one. So, oh, here's another one with the Take a Bow. So those are the Take a Bow designer series paper. Then I used our iconic designer series paper, and I made one maybe for Valentine's Day or a birthday. Inside this, there's little wine glasses or champagne glasses, so this would make a cute gift for Valentine's Day. And then I used this one with the stars. Again, that's the iconic designer series paper for maybe a birthday present. And I saved what I think is the best for last. You know that we announced we have 2-tone cardstock. Now, our cardstock is fairly thick. The 2-tone is dark on one side, and on the inside, it's lighter. Well, the 2-tone cardstock is a little thinner than cardstock and a little thicker than designer series paper, but it works with the Take a Bow die. And you can make just a plain colored bow with some hints of lighter color inside. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a look at that bundle. I think you're going to love it. If you have any questions, just leave me a message and I will get back to you. And until next time, keep on stamping, stampers. Bye.